Good morning, students. So today we are starting the syllabus beta, right? So first, I am given the annual examination paper pattern for maths. Okay. So in mathematics, in first year we have 1A, 1B beta. In second year, 2A, 2B. For all the mathematics papers, this is the paper pattern beta, right? So in this we have three sections. Section A, Section B, Section C. Okay. Section A is VSAQs. Okay. In this we have very short answer questions. Okay, beta. We call this as VSAQs. Okay. So in this section we have to answer all questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So in this section we have 10 questions beta. We have to answer each and every question. For each question we get 2 marks. So that means totally 20 marks. Okay, now clear? So in this section A, we have 10 questions. Out of 10, we have to answer each and every mark. Okay, now right? For each question we get 2 marks. So totally 20 marks for section A. That means in section A there is no choice. Okay, clear? So in section A there is no choice beta. Next, coming to section B. Okay, so the section B means short answer questions. We call this as SAQs. Okay, beta. So in this section B, we have SAQs. Right. So in this, we have to answer any 5 questions. Each question carries 4 marks. Actually, in this, I can write like this also, beta. Here 10 by 10. Right. Here you can write 7. Right, like this, beta. 5 by 7 into 4 marks equals to 20 marks. That means in this section we have 7 questions. Okay. Out of 7, we have to solve any part. We have to answer any part. So each question carries 4 marks. So totally 20 marks. That means in this we have 2 problems are extra beta. Right. In this section B, we have 2 questions as extra. Similarly, next section C. Okay, so section C is long answer questions. We call it as LAQs. So in this also we have 7 questions beta. Right, out of 7 we have to answer any part. Right, we have to answer any part. Okay, beta. So and each question carries 7 marks. So for this section, total we are getting 35 marks. Okay, beta. So in section B, in section C, there are total problems as extra beta. But in section A, there is no choice. Okay. So if you add all in, we get the maximum marks is 74, and the paper contains total marks. Right. So for this total marks is 97 because in this, right, 8 marks are extra. In this 14 marks are extra. Is it right, beta? 8 plus 14, 22 marks are extra. That is why total marks are 97. Right? In the annual examination, we can do each and every problem beta. Right? For this, time is 3 hours. Okay, beta? Time duration for this is 3 hours. We can solve each and every problem in 3 hours beta. Or we can do only 5 parts. Right? So up to we get 75 marks. Okay, beta, clear? So this is the paper pattern for all the mathematics papers. Okay, beta, clear? Any doubts? Okay? All of you completed, right? So completed notes now, beta. All of you. All right. Okay, this is the paper pattern. Okay, beta. Next, now I am giving the syllabus, right? So Maths 1A. Okay, my subject is Maths 1A, beta. Right, Maths 1A. So write down in the next page. So write down the syllabus in the next page, beta. Maths 1A. So in Maths 1A, the main topics are right like this. Algebra, right, as is beta, vector algebra, and trigonometry. So these are the main topics in Maths 1A beta. Right, in Maths 1A, the main topics are algebra, vector algebra, and trigonometry. So these are the main topics in 1A book. Algebra, vector algebra, and trigonometry. Okay. So syllabus. Here, right line is better. Topic name. Right, topic name. Here, weight as two topics. So marks. How many marks are there from the topic? Weightage. Two topics. Okay. Right, as is better. So first, algebra. So what are the subtopics in algebra? I will write. First algebra, first one. Here you can write serial number also better. Right? So first one, the subtopic in algebra is functions. This is first topic better. Functions. Okay. So latest to this topic is, in this topic we get 2 into 2 marks. Okay, beta, plus 1 into 7 marks. Is it right, beta? In maths, we have 2 marks questions, 4 marks questions, and 7 marks questions. Is it right, beta? So from this topic, we get 2 marks questions, and 1 7 marks questions. I am writing like this, beta. 2 into 2 marks plus 1 into 7 marks. Okay, beta, clear? So how many marks are getting from this topic? 11. Okay. From the topic functions, we get 11 marks beta. So in this topic, we have no 4 marks questions. Only 2 marks questions are 2 and 7 marks questions are 1. Okay, beta. Alright. Next, second topic, mathematical induction. Mathematical induction. Right. From this topic, we get only 1 question in 7 marks. So equals to 7 marks. From this topic, there is no 2 marks questions as well as 4 marks questions. Okay, beta. This is second topic, mathematical induction. Next, third one. Third one, matrices. Right, matrices. So in this, from this topic we get 2 into 2 marks plus 1 into 4 marks plus 2 into 7 marks. Totally 22 marks. Okay, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 14, 22. Only from the topic matrices we are getting 22 marks beta. All of you listen. So in this we have maximum marks. Maximum marks are how many beta? 74. In this pass marks are 27. Okay beta. For 27 marks will pass marks beta. These are the pass marks in maths. Okay. So and one more thing I want to explain beta for MVC students. For MVC students, for intermediate we have total 1000 marks beta. For MVC students, for maths A maximum marks are 50 and maths B also for maximum marks are 50 beta. So paper is same. Okay, paper is same for 75 marks. For MVC students, board will consider, so whatever the marks secured in the paper, for example, I am getting 75 marks. Okay, for example, I have secured 75 marks in maths. So board will consider 75 into 2/3. 2/3 of the marks secured in the paper beta. So this is only for MEC students. Okay na beta? So for MEC students, maths maximum marks are 50 for every subject in maths beta. So whatever it may be, A or B. So for that only 50 marks. Maximum is 50 marks. Okay na beta? Once again I will explain. Lakshmi. For example, I am a MEC student. Okay na beta? And I got 75 marks in maths paper. So board will print it in the memo 75 into 2/3. Right, 2/3 of the marks secured in the paper. So then what we are getting beta 50. So this marks will be printed on the memo. That means for MEC students 50 marks is maximum. Paper is same 75 marks paper. Okay na beta? Paper is 75 marks paper. Board will consider 2/3 of the marks secured by the student. Okay na beta? 2/3 of the marks secured 2 by 3. For example, I got 60 marks for MEC students only. For example, I got 60 marks. Okay na beta? So board will consider 60 into 2 by 3. We are getting 40 marks. So this will be printed in the memo beta. Out of 50 marks. Okay, for MEC, maximum marks is in the memo. Right, they will take 50 for maths A and maths B. Okay, but understood? All of you, MEC students, if the marks secured by the student is getting points, for example, point 40, point 3, point like this. So then it will take a round figure, either 40 or 41. Board will consider beta. Okay, clear? Okay, beta, all of you MEC students. For MEC student, paper is same this one. Right, 75 marks paper. But for MEC students, for mathematics, maximum marks are 50 is printed in the memo. Okay, so board will consider whatever the marks secured by the student is there. So we are multiply it with 2 by 3. That means board will consider 2/3 of the marks secured by the student. Okay, now is clear? For MEC only, this is in first year as well as second year for all the mathematics papers beta. Okay, clear? Right. Now, so from matrices, pass marks are 27. Okay, beta. So in this process we can take for MEC also when we get 27, they will take like this beta. Okay, clear? Right. So these are the subtopics in algebra. Okay, beta. So in algebra we have 3 topics, 3 subtopics. One is functions. Second one is mathematical induction. Third one is matrices. Okay? Right. So these are the subtopics of algebra. Next, vector algebra. Next, vector algebra. Right. Number 4. Addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. From this topic we get 2 into 2 marks plus 1 into 4 marks. So totally 8 marks. Okay, beta. From addition of vectors we get 2 marks questions and 1 4 marks question. Total 8 marks. Next, number 5. Write down 5th one, beta. So in this vector algebra only, number 5. Okay, product of vectors. Product of vectors. I think so. We are studying vectors in physics, but I will explain in maths also. Product of vectors. Okay, product of vectors. From this topic, we are getting 1 2 marks question plus 1 4 marks question plus 1 7 marks question. Totally 13 marks. Okay, beta, clear? One. No, beta, Suprita. So they will give different process. Okay, now? Not the same analysis. From one topic we get 2 7 marks questions. From another topic we get 1 2 marks question. Like this. The pattern is not same for all the topics beta. Okay, Suprita? Alright. Next, so these are the subtopics in vector algebra. Okay, now beta clear? Vector algebra. So in vector algebra we have two subtopics. One is addition of vectors. Second one is product of vectors. Okay. Next one. So remember, so the analysis is not same for all the subjects but all the topics. So for different topic we'll get different marks. Okay, now? Right. Next, trigonometry. Right. Next main topic is trigonometry. So in the sixth one, trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. Up to transformations means in this we have some subtopics. I will explain in the class beta. Okay. So just write down this topic. Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. So in this we have 2 or 3 subtopics. I will explain the class beta. Right. Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. So from this topic we get 2 marks questions plus 1 4 marks question plus 1 7 marks question. Totally we are getting 15 marks from this topic beta. Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. I will explain about this word beta in the class. After completing the syllabus, we will start this topic only. Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. Next, 7th one. Trigonometric equations. Trigonometric equations. Okay, next topic is trigonometric equations. From this topic, we get only 1 question in 4 marks beta. Only 1 question in 4 marks. Next, 8th one. Inverse trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions. From this topic also we are getting only 1 question in 4 marks beta. Okay. Next one is ninth. Hyperbolic functions. Hyperbolic functions. Hyperbolic function. From this topic, we get only 1 question in 2 marks beta. So 2 marks. So last one, 10th, properties of triangles. Right? This is the last topic beta, properties of triangles. From this topic, we get 1 4 marks question plus 1 7 marks question. Total 11 marks. Now once check beta, how many 2 marks questions are there totally? We have totally 10 questions beta. Count. Once verify beta. 2 marks questions are how many? So 2 marks questions are 10. Is it right beta? Similarly, observe the 4 marks questions. 4 marks questions should be 7. Out of 7, we have to solve any part. In annual examination, is it right beta? That if we observe 4 marks questions, we have totally 7 questions beta. So in which we have to solve any part. Alright, similarly, if you observe 7 marks questions, that is LAQs. How many LAQs are there beta? Totally 7. Is it right? If you observe, so totally we have 7 marks questions. That means LAQs. So in which we have to answer any part. Okay, that is. So this is the syllabus of 1A. Okay, that clear? So now I am going to start the topic trigonometry beta. Okay, so actually, so in 1A, the main topics are algebra, vector algebra, and trigonometry. So why you are starting trigonometry? Because this trigonometry is used in physics as well as chemistry beta. That's why first we start trigonometry. Okay, beta. So in this, the first topic is what? Trigonometric ratios up to transformations. All of you completed, right? Completed beta this one. Writing is over. So in the next page, start the actual topic beta. Write in the next page. This is the syllabus. I written paper pattern and syllabus beta. Now we'll start the actual syllabus. Okay. Right. Now I am going to start the topic trigonometry. So write on the next page. Trigonometry. First, I will give some basic concept beta. I think already I explained in the foundation classes. Okay, so I will once again I will repeat the concepts. Okay, beta. Right? Trigonometry. First, I am starting the topic trigonometry beta. Okay, take introduction. So right now I am writing introduction. Just I am giving the concepts we studied in the previous class beta. That is in 10th class. Whatever we are studying in 10th class, once again I am revising that part. Okay, beta. I think already I explained in the foundation class also. Right. First take writing introduction. From this, whatever I am writing introduction, from this we are not getting any questions in the annual examination beta. But to know what is trigonometry, that's why I am giving introduction. Okay, remember? So right now, writing introduction. Just I will introduce this topic trigonometry. So right now. The word I will write here. Right. The word trigonometry. The word trigonometry. The word trigonometry is derived from. The word trigonometry is derived from. See on the board beta. Derived from the Greek words. The Greek derived from the Greek words. Greek words try. In brackets, write down beta. What is the meaning of this word I am writing here? Meaning 3. Meaning 3. Try is from Greek language. So in our language, the meaning of this one is 3. Try in brackets meaning 3. Next, Gonia. in brackets meaning. So the meaning of this word gonia meaning an angle, an angle. Okay, beta. And metron, metron. In brackets meaning measure, meaning measure. Okay, beta, clear? Tri means three, gonia means angle, and metra means measure. So by adding all these terms, we are called trigonometry. Okay, na beta? So the word trigonometry is from Greek words tri, gonia, and metra. Tri means three, gonia means angle, metra means measure. If we group all these three terms, we get this word trigonometry. Okay, na beta, clear? So next, in the next one, write down. Thus trigonometry means that means grouping all these terms. What we are getting, beta? Trigonometry means three angles measure. Is it right, beta? Beta, trigonometry means three angles measure. Three angles measure. Okay, clear? Three angles measure. If you have any doubts, you can send me a message, beta. Okay? Right. Thus, trigonometry means three angles measure. Right. So, in the next one, write down, beta. Hipparchus. Write down. Hipparchus. Hipparchus. A Greek mathematician. A Greek mathematician. Hipparchus, a Greek mathematician, established the relationships between the sides and angles, sides and angles of a triangle. Already I explained this in the population class, beta. So firstly, the Greek mathematician Hipparchus, he established the relationship between sides and angles of a triangle. Okay, na beta? Okay, Hipparchus. Hipparchus. Okay, beta. Right? Hipparchus, he established the relationship between the sides and angles of a triangle. Okay, beta. Next in the next line, that is okay. There is no answer, beta. Lakshmi Narasimha. Okay, beta. We'll remove it. That is Hipparchus. You can take HRUS. Okay, beta. Here also I'm reading text. Right? Hipparchus is the founder. Hipparchus is the founder of trigonometry. Because he established the relationship between the sides and the angles of a triangle. That is why for this trigonometry we call the founder as Hipparchus. Okay, clear? Hipparchus is the founder of trigonometry. Next, so up to now we are introduced. We know what is the meaning of trigonometry. We are studying what is the meaning of trigonometry and who is the founder of trigonometry. Okay, beta. Next, write down in the next one. Write down in the next line. After the Hipparchus, so we have some Indian scientists. They developed this trigonometry beta. So write down in the next line. Greek trigonometry. Greek trigonometry. So that means trigonometry. Greek trigonometry was further developed by Indo mathematicians. That means our Indian scientists, Indo mathematicians. Varahamihira. This is the scientist name, beta. Varahamihira. Right? Okay, Agnes. Okay, beta. Right. Greek trigonometry was further developed by Indo mathematicians Varahamihira, Brahmagupta. Okay, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya. All these are Indian scientists, beta. Varahamihira, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya. And Aryabhatta. Okay, Aryabhatta. These are the Indian scientists, beta. We have also developed the trigonometry. That means in trigonometry, we expect some formula, some theorem. Okay, Varahamihira, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya, and Aryabhatta. It also explains some theorem, some important results. Okay, na beta, important results in trigonometry. That is the meaning of this one. Okay, so the trigonometry was further developed by so many scientists are there, in which the Indian scientists are Varahamihira, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya, and Aryabhatta. They are developed the topic trigonometry, beta. Okay, clear? Next, so last one, beta. In this introduction, last one. Alright, so we have one doubt. So where we use trigonometry? Why we are studying trigonometry? What is the use of studying trigonometry? Okay, beta. So I will write that point. So write down the study of trigonometry. The study of trigonometry. The study of trigonometry is of great importance. Great importance in surveying. We have one subject, beta, surveying. In civil engineering, we have this subject, surveying. Doing survey, land survey. You know na beta, surveying. Okay, so in surveying we use trigonometry. That is the meaning of this one. The study of trigonometry is of great importance in survey, astronomy, navigation, estimating the heights, estimating the heights. Estimating the heights, and many branches of, in physics also we study trigonometry, heights, and many branches of science and technology. Science and engineering. So this is the introduction about trigonometry beta. From this we will not get any question in the annual examination beta. Just to know what is trigonometry, who is the founder, and what is the use of studying trigonometry. So that is why I given this introduction beta. Okay. From this we are not getting any question, but to know what is trigonometry. Okay, clear beta? So this is the introduction of trigonometry. Okay, beta, clear? Next, so in this, generally trigonometry means what we are saying, three angles measure. So in this, how we measure angles of a triangle? Fundamentally, basically, so we have three systems for measuring the angles. Is it right, beta? Already I explained this in the foundation classes. Okay, we are saying that trigonometry means three angles measure. Okay, three angles measure. So how can we measure the angles in a triangle? For this, we have three systems beta. One is sexagesimal system, second one is centesimal system, and third one is radial system. Is it right, beta? So before studying all these systems, first we have to know what is angle. When we say that the angle is a positive, when we say that the angle is positive, and when we say that the angle is negative. Okay, beta? So before going to study the system, first we have to know angle definition. Next, when we say that the angle is positive and the angle is negative. Okay, beta, clear? So I will write the definitions. So write up in the next slide. Take number one. So before going to study the system, first we study what is the meaning of angle. Okay, beta. Take number one. First one, study angle. I am going to explain the definition of angle beta. First one, angle. So already I explained the definition of angle in the foundation class beta. What is angle? Anyone? What is the definition of angle beta? Anyone send a message? What is the definition of angle? Already I explained this definition in foundation class beta. In previous classes. Right? Anyone? Angle means the amount of rotation from initial side to terminal side. Is it right, beta? This is known as initial side. Initial side. This is known as terminal side. Okay? Terminal side. So I am rotating this initial side to terminal side. Okay? So whatever the angle is, whatever it is there, so this is known as angle. Very good, beta. Right, very good. Vagdevi. So write down the definition and take this diagram. So write down the amount of rotation. The amount of rotation. The amount of rotation from the initial side. This is the classical definition beta. Initial side. The amount of rotation from the initial side to the terminal side. To the terminal side. To the terminal side is called 1 minute. Lakshmi Narasimha, my voice is not clear, beta. Video is not clear. 1 minute, beta, I will see. All of you, one sec, beta. Video and audio is clear or not? Okay. Okay, clear. One secure network, beta. Lakshmi Narasimha. Because all of us saying that it is okay, right? Initial side to the terminal side is called the measure of the angle. Simply angle is called the measure of the angle. So this is the classical definition, beta. Take the diagram. The amount of rotation from initial side to terminal side. This is simple. Don't mind this definition, beta. Just we have to know the concept. What is angle? Angle means we have to remember this diagram. Whenever I am asking, tell me the definition of angle, then we have to draw this diagram. From this diagram, we have to say the definition of angle. Simple. The amount of rotation from initial side to terminal side. Okay, now beta, clear? Initial side to terminal side. Next, number 2. Take side in the second one. Next, second. Positive and negative. Positive and negative angles. That means when we say the angle is positive and when we say the angle is negative. Tell anyone. When we say the angle is positive, beta. When we say the angle is positive and when we say the angle is negative. Anyone? If you know, send a message, beta. When we say the angle is positive and when we say the angle is negative. Very good. Suprita, very good, Amma. So whenever we are considering the angle in anti-clockwise direction, okay, beta. Whenever we are considering the angle in anti-clockwise direction, then the angle is positive. Okay, then we treat that angle as positive. So if the angle is considered in clockwise direction, okay, beta, clockwise direction, then we say that the angle is negative. Okay, beta. All this in introduction only, beta. So all this concept we have tried in introduction. Okay, just I am giving introduction only. After completing this, we'll start the actual topic. Okay, now, Rakshita. Right. So write down the second one. Just to know when we say the angle is positive and when we say the angle is negative. That's why I am writing all this concept in introduction only. Already we studied in the previous classes. Okay, in 10th class like that. So we studied this concept. Once again, I am repeating the definitions of these. Okay, right. Positive angle, negative angles. Write down an angle formed by an angle formed by rotating array. So we can call this as rays. Is it right or not? This is one ray. This is another ray. Rotating a ray is said to be. That means angle is said to be positive. That is why. So is said to be positive. Is said to be positive or negative. Simple, beta. When we say the angle is positive or negative, I will write in the condition. Just okay. An angle formed by rotating a ray is said to be positive or negative, depending on whether it moves in anti-clockwise or a clockwise direction respectively. Don't buy these definitions, beta. Just to know the concept when we say the angle is. Okay, Suprita, I will increase the part size. Okay, alright. Now let's see this definition, beta. An angle formed by rotating a ray is said to positive or negative, depending on whether it moves in a anti-clockwise or a clockwise direction respectively. Don't buy at this definition, but just to know the concept. When we say the angle is positive, if we are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then it is said to be positive. This is simple, beta. Right? Don't buy at this one. Just to understand the concepts. Okay, beta. If we are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then whatever the angle formed, that is positive. That will treat it as positive. If we are rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, then whatever the angle is formed, that will be treated as negative. Okay, now clear? Right. Now take side third one. Don't buy at these definitions, beta. Just understood the concept. Okay. Next, the third one. Take side number 3. Third, measurement of. Okay, measurement of angles. Measurement of angles. Okay, measurement of angles. So, please font size okay now. Right, measurement of angles. So, in the diagram, there are three systems. For measuring, right? Measuring the angles, which are given below. There are three systems for measuring the angles which are given below. So write down image number 1, first one. Take like this better. Number 1, sexagesimal system. Okay, sexagesimal system. We call this system as like this better. British system or degree measure, or we can write degree system. Simple, no need to write it down. Okay, British system, just enough. That is degree. In this we consider the angle as degree. That is why we can call this as degree system also. In the late British system. Okay, sexagesimal system. Right now, in this system, comma, angle. In this system, angle is measured. In degree. That is why this system is known as degree system also. Okay, so in sexagesimal system, we measure the angle in degrees. Okay, angle is measured in degree. Okay, that means in this system the units are degree for angle. So in the next line, write down beta. In this system, one right angle equals how much beta in this sexagesimal system? One right angle equals to 90 degrees. In this system, we have considered one right angle as 90 degrees. 1 degree equals, anyone? 1 degree equals what is the value in sexagesimal system, beta? In sexagesimal system, 1 degree is equals to how much? 1 degree is equals to 60 minutes. Okay? 1 degree is equals to, very good, super. 1 degree is equals to 60 minutes. Right? And what rate equal? This is for minute symbol beta. 1 degree equals 60 minutes and 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay? In sexagesimal system, we have considered one right angle as 90 degrees. 1 degree has 60 minutes. Okay, now beta, this is for minute symbol, minute for minute notation, and 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. Okay, so this is for hexadecimal system beta. Next, take number 2. Number 2, centesimal system. Centesimal system. Centesimal system. This is known as French system. French system. This is total introduction beta. Already we studied all these concepts in previous classes. Okay, just I am giving one revision. Centesimal system. This French system. Right now, in this system, comma, angle is measured in what beta? Measured in centesimal system. Angle is considered in right. Very good. Sampath, very good beta. Measured in grades. Okay. In centesimal system, we are considering the angle as grades beta. Okay, we are measuring the angle in grades. Angle is measured in grades. Next, in this only. Next slide, right now. One right angle equal. So in this system, we are taken one right angle equal. How much beta? In centesimal system, very good. Akshara, very good amma. Right, in this system, we are taking one right angle as 100 grades. Right, like this beta. 100, we have to read this as 100 grades. Okay, in this system, in this centesimal system, we are taking one right angle as 100 grades. Okay, next comma. Now tell me, 1 grade equal. 1 grade equals how much beta? Right, very good, Sampath. Right, very good, Akshara. 1 grade equals to 100 minutes. And 1 minute equals, okay, 100 seconds. So in this we consider all as 100. 100 means century. So that is why the system is known as centesimal. Okay, beta. In this system, whatever we are considering, that is in terms of 100. 100 means in other words century. So that is why this system is known as centesimal system. Okay, beta, clear? This is for centesimal system. Next to third one. So write down third one. So third one is circular system. Circular. Okay, circular system. Or we can call this as radian system. Radian method. Okay, so in this system, up to now we are using hexadecimal and this one beta. We are using, right? So circular system and hexadecimal system. That means we are considering the angles, degrees and radians. Okay, right. Third one, circular system. That is, in other words, we can say radian system or radian measure. Right. So right now, in this system, comma, angle is measured in. Angle is measured in radian. That is why the system is known as radian system. Okay, beta. In this system, angle is measured in radian. Now tell me anyone, what is the definition of radian, beta? Right, okay. So in circular system, we are considering the angle, we are measuring the angle in radian. Okay, beta? In radian. Now tell me, what is the meaning of radian? Right, okay, beta. Lakshmi Narasimha, right? I will explain the definition. Just to write the definition, we have to draw one diagram, beta. For example, I am taking one circle. Okay, this is one circle. So now, very good, beta. Right, very good. Lakshmi Narasimha, right answer, beta. Right, Akshara, right answer. So I will explain the definition here. First, I'm considering one triangle. What is triangle? Let us suppose triangle is center is this. Okay, this is center. Right. So from this, I am considering this. What is this beta? This is known as radius. This is like a right. I am taking this as center. So in general, center is denoted by capital C. Okay, right. For this, I am taking one radius. So this is the radius R. So whatever the radius is there, for example, if we consider it, right, if we consider the same length or same radius on the arc of the circle, okay, because I am considering the same length on the circle. For example, up to here, this is the distance R. Let us suppose. Right? So that means whatever the radius is there, I'm taking that radius on the right on the circumference of the circle. So this is known as arc. Is it right, beta? This is known as arc of the circle. For this, what is the length I am considering? Arc. So now the angle subtended by an arc of length which is equal to the radius. Right here, whatever the angle is there, that is known as 1 radian. Is it right, Abada? Is known as 1 radian. In general, radius are denoted by like this. What? Power C. We have to make this as 1 radian. Right now, with this diagram, we can say the definition better. Right? What is the definition of radian? Radian is the angle. Okay? Radian is the angle subtended at, right? Subtended at the center of a circle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. Is it right, beta? From this diagram only we can write the definition. We have to understand this concept, beta. Right? For each and every one, we are not by adding the formulas, beta. Just to know the definition, we have to draw a diagram. From the diagram, we have to say the definition. Okay, now clear? Now also again I'm repeating. Radian, 1 radian means the angle. Okay, the angle subtended at the center of a circle. The angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc of length is equal to the radius of the circle. Is it right, beta? This is known as radian. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of 2 radians, beta? 2 radians means we have to take on the arc 2 arc length. Is it right? If we take 2 arc length, then we get 2 radians. Is it right, beta? That means in general, radian equals to definition is there, beta. Right? In general, radian equals what is the definition, anyone? Radian equals what is the definition, beta? Arc of length. Is it right now? Arc of length by radius. Is it right? So when we get 2 radians, beta, if we consider arc of length 2 r, then now what is the angle here, beta? Now this angle becomes 2 radians. Is it right? Okay, now clear? Any doubt, beta? And so radian means so in general for radian we have a formula arc of length. Well, arc is right length of the arc by radius. Okay, clear? So right now in this first find out the definition, beta. To know the definition, radian. What is the meaning of radian? We have to know, beta. So right now in this system, angle is measured in, right? Angle is measured in what? No, beta, Akshara, 2 radians equals to pi power c. No, beta, pi c means we get 180 degrees. I will explain. Akshara, 1 minute, but I will explain. In this system, angle is measured in radian. Okay. Now write the definition of radian, beta. I will explain. A radian is the angle subtended. Take this diagram now. A radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc. Center of a circle by an arc. This is known as arc of the circle beta. An arc cover whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. This is the classical definition of radian beta. Radian. Right, very good, Akshara. Two right angles equals to pi. Right, radian is the angle. So here, whatever the angle is there, this is known as 1 radian beta. In general, radians are denoted by small c. Why we are taking c star means because here we are considering this angle x, the center of the circle. That is why it is denoted by c. Okay, that is clear? Right, so radian definition. Don't buy this definition beta. We have to write this definition by this diagram only. Okay? Understood the concept beta? Right, radian, 1 radian. A radian is the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc whose length is equal to radius of the circle. So this is the definition. Okay, beta? So in the next line, beta. Now tell me 2 pi radians equals what, beta? From the diagram only we can write. I'm writing 2 pi radians. Anyone? 2 pi radians. When we get the angle 2 pi radians means what, beta? In degrees. 2 pi radians. Right? 2 pi radians equals to 360 degrees. Is it right, beta? Right? 2 pi means what, beta? So when we get the angle 2 pi, if we take the total circumference of the circle, is it like that? So from that we get 2 pi. So that means 360 degrees. Okay? 2 pi radians equals to 360 degrees. From this we can write pi radians. If you convert this into degrees, beta, pi radians equals to what? 180 degrees. Okay, clear? Pi radians equals to 180 degrees. 2 pi radians equals to 360 degrees. Pi radians equals to 180 degrees. Okay, now clear? And write one more. Now tell me anyone, 1 radian equals to, what is the value of 1 radian? Anyone? 1 radian equals how much, beta? Right, very good. 1 radian equals to 180 by pi. So that means 180 by pi. Here pi is 22 by 7. Is it right, beta? From this only we can write. Here what we are saying? 5 radians equals to 180 degrees. Is it right, beta? So if you write 1 radian value, we can write this from this. 5 radians are, we can write this as 1 radian into pi equals to 180 degrees. Is it right, beta? From this only we get 1 radian equals 180 degrees by pi. Here pi means 22 by 7. After doing the simplification, we get 1 radian value. Right, beta? 1 radian equals 180 by pi degrees, which is equals to 57 degrees, right? 16 minutes, 22 seconds. Okay, beta? Okay? Can you draw this, beta? 1 radian equals to 57 degrees, 16 minutes, 22 seconds. All of you know the proof of this one? Right? Okay, very good, Lakshmana Sima. Doing the simplification, okay, to convert the degree into minutes into seconds, we have the formulas in hexadecimal system, beta. Just to know the value of 1 radian. 1 radian value is approximately we can take 57 degrees, 16 minutes, 22 seconds. Okay, beta. So this is the interest right here where pi equal, I am not saying pi radians. If I am saying pi radians, okay, Namita, pi radians equals we can write 180 degrees, but I am writing only pi. Pi is a one number. What is the value of this one, Beta? Pi equals to 22 by 7. If doing the simplification, approximately we get 3.14. But this one, Beta, pi value is approximately 3.14. Very good, Akshara. Right? Yeah, write one formula, theta in brackets radians. In the below this diagram, write this one. Theta in brackets radians. In general, to find the radians, we use one formula. Okay, theta. I'm considering the angle in radians, beta. That's why I'm writing in brackets radians. That means I'm considering the angle in radians. Okay, theta in brackets radians equals to. What is the formula to find the radius? To find the radius, what is the formula? Length of the arc. Okay, length of the arc by radius of the circle. Simply we can say radius. Okay, beta? Right? Okay, beta? Radians equals to find the radius. Okay, Ramana. Here we are finding one radian. How we are finding one radian? One radian equals we are finding in general length of the arc. Here length of the arc. Radius of r by r. That means we are getting one radian. To get two radians, we have to consider length of the arc as 2r. Is it right, Ramana? This is general formula. To find radians equals to length of the arc by radius. To convert pi into radius, we know the formulas better. Now tell me anyone, pi by 3 means what better? Pi by 3 radius means, in general pi means radians only. Always we consider pi as radian. Now tell me better anyone, what is the value of pi by 3 in degrees? So converting radius into degree into radius is most important better. That is why degree system, that is hexagonal system and radius system, these two are important because we use radius in degrees and degrees in radians. Now tell me anyone, what is the pi by 3? Pi by 3 means we are trying pi equals 180 degrees. This is my better. 180 by 3 means what we are getting? 60 degrees. Now tell me anyone, 45 degrees in radians. 45 degrees in radians, beta. Right, 45 degrees in radians. Tell me anyone. Right, pi by 4. Okay, beta. To convert degree into radians, we have to multiply it with pi by 180. This is right, beta. Okay, pi by 180. Already we know this process, beta. Right, 45 over the 5 by 4. Remember one point, right? So hexagonal system, degrees and radial systems, these are most important because we consider some angles in radial measure and we consider some angles in degree measure. Okay, to convert radians into degrees, degrees into radians. Okay, na beta, right? So this is total introduction of trigonometry, beta. Okay, in the next class we'll start the actual topic. Okay, so actually in trigonometry, what is the first topic beta? Already I written on the syllabus. Right, I written in the syllabus that is trigonometric ratios of the transformations. Okay, we'll start that in the class. Don't miss the class beta. Okay, still I read out in this introduction. Remember, from this we are not getting any question in the annual examination beta. Just we have to know what is trigonometry, who is the founder, and what is the use of studying trigonometry. So fundamentally, how we are considering the angles. That is why I explained this introduction beta. Okay, clear? Any doubts? Alright, relation between degrees and radian. We have one formula. So connecting all these three systems, we have one formula. D by 180 degrees equals G by 200 degrees equals to C by 5C. This is the relation between all these three systems. We can write the relation between the above three systems is this one. Okay, I will give this in the next class. Okay, D by 180 degrees equals to G by 200 degrees equals to C by 5. This is known as the relation between hexadecimal, centesimal and circular system. Okay, beta, here you can write like that also. 180 by J, 200 by J, pi by C. You can write like that also, beta. Okay, Akshara, clear? Any doubts, beta? Alright, I will give this relation in the next class because time is over. Right, tomorrow in the next class we'll start the actual topic, beta. Okay, clear? Okay, thank you, one and all, beta. And bye.